Hello and welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Happy Sunday. Oh, quick weekend. Always goes flying by so fast. Don't it suck? What are you going to do, right? I'm starting already and I just started talking. Excuse me. My goodness. Now that we got rid of the frog, let's see who's come to hang out with us in the land of the minis. Hello, Janice. How are you? Welcome, welcome. She's waiting. Okay, I'm glad you waited. Hi, Pinky. How are you? How is Pinky doing? And then we got Miss Betty. We've got Miss August in the house, everybody. Miss Betty is Miss August of 2026. Go check out the magazine. How is Betty doing? Wonderful that you are here. Hello, Victoria Darkwood. Ooh, so mysterious. Hello, Susan. How are you? I'm glad you guys could all come in and hang out with me. And hello to the lurkers. Welcome in. And here we are, back in the land of the little. Bill's here. Hello, Bill. It's been one mad, crazy day, guys. Oh my God. But I have to say, thank God. It was a good day health-wise. I felt good. I didn't overexert myself. Physically, mentally, I'm shot. I just messages and emails and oh my God. But it's all good. Getting it all ready for my upcoming debut on Bikers Hangout Radio. So if you guys go check out my Discord, you'll see the link in there on the 14th of August. That will be my first show. So I would love it if you guys would all just, come and hang out. Tell me what you think. Let me know you suck or whatever. I guess we'll have to just keep our fingers crossed, right? Also, another update. Thank you to everyone who did donate towards my equipment upgrade. I'm almost to where I can get everything. I just need a little bit more, and I'll have everything that I hope I have everything that I need to get the show in better shape and get everything's rolling. So if you are inclined and would like to donate, I appreciate the support. Just do that through my PayPal link, and it'll directly go to that. And because of all of the donations, obviously always go towards the show and anything I need for the show. And I even took the time to do my nails. So, yeah, very exciting, very full day. I did a lot of research on equipment. Bill helped me out with that because Bill is pretty much an expert when it comes to that stuff. So his input was greatly appreciated. Guess who has COVID again? Oh, are you kidding me? What is it with you guys? One person gets rid of it, somebody else. Who are you making out with? Oh, Pinky. Hopefully it's a mild case and you'll get rid of it quick. Oh, that just stinks. The vid stinks. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that. So yeah, some love, guys. The Pinky gets over it quick and it's gone and out of her way. Oh, that just stinks. This is foul. What else can you say, right? So here we are, and I'm going to show you pretty much where we left off was with the tulips and our little greenhouse. Remember, our little greenhouse. There it is. Cutie patootie. And this is what we finished off with. And I'm going to show you the finished product. And there it is. Let's do it with a tweezer so that my fingers aren't in the way. But there's our little vase or vase, however you'd like to say it, of tulips in various colors. Isn't that cute? We're going to set that over to the side. They don't stand up on their own right now because they're a little top heavy. But once we glue them into place, they'll be just perfect. And then our beautiful bouquet of pink flowers in this wood grain design little container. And I added some extra greenery with this. And I'll tell you why I added the greenery. I got a little shortchanged on the green tissue paper that I was supposed to use for leaves. So what I did was I stuffed the vase with some of the moss that I had, and then I added the sprigs of greenery to make up for the missing leaves. I'm going to show you a little trick that I use. Oh, in and out, camera, yeah. When that stuff like that happens, that's why you always save your artificial flowers, guys, because you can use these silk artificial leaves, cut them to shape that you want, and use them for your little baskets for your little creations. That's why I save this kind of stuff. The same thing with any kind of flower sprigs. So you have the wispy type of leaves here, different kinds of leaves, all these little flowers can be used. They come in handy because sometimes this does happen. And to be honest, I prefer to use this than the paper flowers, to be honest. I just think they look better. So you'll be seeing me cut those out to add leaves to some of the baskets that we were putting together. And also, we started this great little container. They wanted me put in pink, a lot of pink. I wanted to break it up. I have boxes of these little silk roses. So that's what I did. Instead of putting in those pink yarn type flowers they wanted me to do, I put in the wisp of the green, and then I put in those satin flowers. And I'm going to show you pretty much how easy it is. See, little satin flower. I'm just going to clip it to the size that I want. Clip off that little metal piece. Save those metal pieces. They come in handy. And then you're just going to stick it down in there. As simple as that. Put that green in the center so it breaks it up. And there you've got your pretty little bouquet of purple roses. And of course, it gives height and definition to that centerpiece. So that will go in the box because it's ready to rock and roll. And then we're going to move on to the next. Again, they wanted us to use paper flowers. I'm going with the silk, guys. I just really don't. I just don't like the way the paper ones look. Your project, your decision, your choice. Okay, the next one is, I didn't want to skip that. Here I am flipping the page already. I'm jumping ahead of myself. What the hey? We've got another container we have to fill. Again, pink. We're nixing the pink, and I'm going to go with these powdered blue, kind of iridescent silk roses, but they're sparkly. So I figured that when we put the lighting in and the light hits that, those sparkles are going to just show right up and they're going to look awesome. They really are. So, thanks for putting that up, Susan. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, don't feel obligated, guys. If you want to donate and help out, I appreciate that. Also, if you want to send me donations or gifts like the jewels and all that, you have to do it on the Raw Side channel because right now I am not monetized on this channel, so I can't get that stuff here. So you got to do it on the Raw Side. And thank you ahead of time. Thank you. If they don't show up, thank you a million times over. So I'm going to use these very light powdered blue roses with the iridescent sparkle. They're going to show up great when we have the lighting and all of that in our little greenhouse. This is our little tiny container that we're going to put all that in. Wood grain. There it is. A little close-up. Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. So that's gorgeous. And what we're going to do is add a little bit of, I just painted that and it all messed up already. Nail polish don't last like it used to. We're going to put a little dab on the inside. And what I'm going to do as a filler, and it also is a good solid base, again, putting in some of that moss. Let me see. Yes, I have some right here. We have some right here. Right here. It's kind of in my flower stuff here. So we've got just a couple of strands of that little moss. Just ball that up and put it inside your container. And I use the tweezers to tamp it down in there. This way it gives you a base to put the flowers in. And of course, we have no leaves for this one. We're going to give it leaves. Oh, Miss Susan. Thank you for the lovely hearts. Thank you. I have no thank you buttons made up for this show yet. I'm going to have to do that. Work. That's all I do is work. Lori, you can turn the autofocus off if you want. I did, but then everybody was having trouble seeing everything. So I'm just going to don't get sick, guys. In and out, in. I just want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'll leave it on for now. But thank you for reminding me. So we're just going to clip these to the length that we want. And I do them in different lengths. So it, just gives a little bit more appeal to the piece. Now you can glue them in, but it kind of sticks because of the floral paper that's on the rose and the moss that kind of stick to each other. So I really don't worry about it. But if you're concerned, put a little dab of glue on the end of the wire and just stick it down in there. It'll stay. I promise you. We're going to make this one a little bit longer. And like I said, I always save the wires because you can use those for other projects. And we're going to put that one down in there. And I love it because the wires are still in there. So this would make these adjustable, which is really great. Now, actually, if you don't have this kind of supply, I've got like box upon box of satin flowers. If you don't have those, you can also make those. If you have the time, it really isn't hard to make the ribbon flowers if you want to put that much effort into it. Sometimes I do. Depends if they don't have the color I want, then I'll put that extra effort in. Now there we have that beautiful bouquet, all in blue. I'm going to add some green coming out of there. So this is where I'm going to take these wispy pieces, and I'm going to cut one of those off. And then I'm going to cut multiple pieces off of this one. All in pretty much different lengths. And I kind of do it at an angle cut so they have that tip that you want. Same with this one. So there I have several pieces that I can use. This you can curl just like anything else. Just curl with your nail or with your crafting knife. And these I would use a little dab of glue just to give yourself a little security. And then you use your tweezers to put them in place. Very little bit. Very, very little bit. This is a longer piece, so I'm going to put this in towards the center. And try to get it down in there. You want to give that a little bit of height. Grab it from the bottom section and push that down in there. The best that you can. And just remember, this is paper, so you don't want to squeeze that because you'll crush it. No crushing. No crushing. I recommend that you curl it before you put it in. Makes it a lot easier. And then we're going to put this one on the outer side. Push it down in. I hope everybody had a great weekend. It'd be nice if they were a little longer, right? It really would. This one I'm going to trim a little bit. This one's a little long. I'm going to do a little trim on that bad boy. Then I'm going to put it on the opposite side. And push her down in. I didn't get everything accomplished that I wanted to. Huh. How unusual, right? How unusual. Today was a madhouse. And we're going to put one right there. Your project, your flower, your bouquet, you put in there where you want. You can add more if you want. Trim them down. That one in the center is a little long. I want to trim that one a little bit more. It doesn't do good. So there we go. So there we've got our little iridescent roses with a little bit of greenery. You could add as much as you want. We could take little pieces of this, put it in there, which will make it look so cute. This is the time, this is the fun, where you get to decorate and make it your own. Like I said, it's great to have instructions. It is, but it's always more fun to make it your own. Let's put a couple more sprigs of that in there. Why not, right? Get it out of my pile here. And I'm going to clip this down so I have two pieces. Again, if you want, glue that end. Just a little bit more security if it makes you feel better. But usually when you put them in there, they stay. And these pieces will be glued into place when we put them in the greenhouse. So I really wouldn't worry about stuff falling out of there. One more section. Put it in. Let's dab, little dab do you. Little dabble do you. So did anybody do anything great this weekend? Anything fun? Or did you just kind of chill and chillax, relax, whatever you want to call it? Take it easy. Sometimes we just need to say the hell with it and take it easy. That was the plan for me today, but nope. I was bombarded a little bit. Okay, this one, I'm going to use the knife tip to put that one down in there because it's being difficult. So there, I added that little bit of sprigs to it. Gives it a little bit more character. Just cute. And that one's ready to rock and roll, guys. So I'm going to set that off to the side as well. Chat away. Don't be afraid to chat. Don't be afraid to come in and say hello. Ask any questions that you want. Hello, William. Is William in here? Sneaking in. So there, that's what I did. Instead of putting the pink, I did the white with the or the blue, powdered blue with the iridescent and my own sprig of greenery. I was a little upset because I was a little shortchanged on the green tissue paper, but that's right. There's other ways around it. And then we are going to dive into this basket here, which I put together, which is right here. There, that. Oop, I'm throwing it at you guys. No, don't lose it. So there's that one, all ready to rock and roll. And again, I'm going to fill it with some greenery. They say not to, but all they have is the flower tips in there. I'd like to have the green. I think it gives it, I don't know, gives it a little more character. So we're going to put a little bit more in there. Let's go to the greenery bag. The greenery bag, yeah. This is just plain moss. I have moss with red flowers actually in it, in an economy size. So we're not going to run out of moss. That is for sure. Just roll that up and put her in. Yes, it's good to see you too, Betty. Our Miss August. I love it. And that we have to give credit to Pinky. Miss Pinky helped out with that centerfold, and it was just the cutest thing. And I'm so glad that Betty really likes it. That's the best part. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. You could leave some hanging out, sticking out, whatever you want to do. Again, your project, your choice. And with this one, they wanted us to do the pink flowers. And I think we're going to go with little tiny white ones. These little tiny white ones. The little satin jobbers. So I'm going to clip those off. I mean, I don't mind pink, but there can be so much thing as pink overload. Sorry, Pinky. I like to have a little bit of different colors here and there to break it up. Don't want to have the same flower color all the time. Oh, she loves. Oh, I'm so glad you loved it. This one seems a shorter base, and these are a thinner flower. I am going to dip these in a little bit of glue, just so that they stay in place in this little tiny container. These are kind of like lilies of the valley, kind of. And I'm just going to fill this basket right up. Fill it right up. I need a little more glue. So I think it was great. Betty was the perfect choice for this month. You never know, guys. You never know who I'm going to pick for centerfold. It's always a surprise. Surprise, surprise, surprise. And we're just going to place those in there, little lovelies. So we get ourselves a beautiful basket full of white flowers. If I can get this one to cooperate, we'll be all good, right? Sometimes they just don't want to. I don't blame them. There's times where I don't want to do stuff. And there we are. It is finished. That little basket of white flowers. All ready to rock and roll for the greenhouse. Simple, simple, simple. Okay, our next one here, basket. I did all of these ahead of time because I know you guys don't want to sit here and watch me cut through stuff. We're going to be assembling a pond and stuff too, guys, and a clock. Another little basket, all on it like wood grain detail. It's a half split top container with some colorful little flowers and greenery installed. And this is, and on top of this, it says flowers. So that's too cute. And there it is. And then they have us putting in these cute little pink and red flowers. Now let's get a yellow one because I want to put a yellow one in there too. So let's find our flower stash. Here it is. And get a yellow one. So what did you guys do this evening? Tell me you did something good. Tell me. I had plans to go out and do check out a couple of cemeteries, and unfortunately, it rained here, guys. Huh, what a surprise, right? That's a surprise. And it's let's cut that one off because those are a little long. We're going to put in our green first. Yeah, there was a couple of cemeteries that my husband had spotted on his way home from work the other day, and we were going to go and do some filming and investigating there, and of course, it rained. So that ruined that for me. So I'm just cutting these all down so they're not so long because it's a short little basket. And hey, Ace, welcome in. So yeah, the investigation for the cemetery was a bust. I'm going to put a little glue in the bottom of this basket here so we have something to catch all of our greenery. So yeah, I was a little disappointed because one of them was really old. And that's what my husband noticed on the sign on the gate, that it was really, really old. And I'm like, that figures. So, guys, pray that it dries up so I can go and film and get that out to you guys. I want to check out the history of it and do all that fun stuff. So we got some of our greenery in there. And now I'm going to put in these cute little stemmed, they kind of look like lilacs. Little lilac type flowers. So we're going to stick those in there. Add a little bit of glue to that one. And we'll have the pink one in the middle. And there we go. That's it. All done. Ready to roll. See, once you start getting all of this stuff put together and then you start the decorating part, it just goes by really quick. How's it going, Ace? Hope you had a great weekend. So there's another finished product. We're going to slide this out of the way and move on to the next. Save all your little tidbits, guys. They come in handy. And then another tall vase that we're going to fill in with some greenery. And this is where I'm going to show you, like I said, we were shorted the green paper. So I'm going to be using those wispy pieces from this artificial flower grouping, which is going to be a blessing. So, I mean, sometimes it happens. You'll get a kit where you'll have something that is either shorthanded or it's missing. Don't freak out. It happens. You work with what you got, you know? Hello, TARDIS. Welcome in. Oh, you went to something? No, I wanted to, Susan, but it rained. And you know me, mosquitoes. Ugh. I went to my son's last night for a bonfire after the rain stopped, and boy, they tore me up. I had to leave. Stupid bugs. It bites all over me. So I'm loaded up with cortisone cream because I can't stand the itching. So could you mean if I'm going into an old cemetery and yeah, they're gonna ring the dinner bell. So yeah, sorry, buffet's closed. Little vampires. So I'm gonna cut a bunch of these up because this is pretty full, this basket of greenery. So we want to do that. Fill it up. Nice, nice, nice. And that one's a little crooked. I don't want it crooked. So as soon as it dries up around here, at some point, hey, Wobble, welcome in. Good to see you. I will be hitting that cemetery up. I believe it is very early 1800s, late 1700s is what we think we know. So I want to go in there, do some filming. If I can still figure out the drone, I will do some drone shots, maybe, and then also try to do some EVP sessions and see what we come up with. You know, the bugs eat me alive. Yeah, they do. They do. It's just like, oh. So what I ended up doing was pulling my arms into my t-shirt and had my arms hidden inside my shirt because they thought it was dinner time. Couldn't sleep, so I got up for a while. Oh, you poor dear. Poor Womble is just getting over an episode from breathing issues, so it's so everybody prayers for him. Prayers for him. Wait, you want to? I did, Bill. You know, I should go to your house, Bill, and fly it around. You know how to fly a drone, Bill? I got to charge the batteries up. It's not an expensive one. I got a cheapie because, well, it was on sale for $30. It's normally like a $70 one. That's still a cheapie. But I figured if I'm going to crash this thing and lose it in a tree, I'm not out much. I have 2 drones. I need to try. Yeah, I got to figure out how it works without flying it into a bush. You know what I mean? Oh, I forgot to put the glue in. Because I know this one. Yes, I have several. I got to go to Bill's house. Oh, that ain't going to happen because George is working. I won't have a vehicle to get to you. The scooter won't make it, Bill. Scooter only goes 20 miles an hour. Shit. If I known that, I would have popped up there this weekend. I didn't know you had several. He's been holding out on me. He's been holding out on me. So what I'm going to do is put in the greenery first. Stop spying on your neighbors, Victoria. Yeah. Is that what she's doing, Ace? Excuse me. I knew she was a little sneaky like that. Oh, I can't see everyone in chat. Must be a glitch. No, TARDIS, I'm streaming on 2 channels. I'm streaming on this one and the Raw side one because if you guys want to send donations or whatever, you can only do it on the Raw side one. Because seeing that this channel is shiny, brand new, if you guys want to send something, you can't do it on this one. So I figured until I get those numbers up, and if you guys want to share whatever, donate, whatever, you know what I mean. You have to do it on the Raw side. So I'm going to put these in just various spots and then fill in with the flowers. And this had a lot of greenery, so I need a lot of these put in there. And then I'll put those flowers in between, building up our beautiful bouquet. Last time I saw my drone, it was hitting in the water of it. Yeah, I know. Well, see, he's got open space in his house. That's where I need to go. And then he can show me how the hell to work the thing. I figured I'm not going to spend, because the ones they always recommend are the ones that are like hundreds of dollars. Yeah, I can see me flying it into a tree and then waving goodbye because that would be the end of it. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So when I learn what I'm doing with it and get it working right, then, okay, I'll upgrade to something better so that you guys get better overhead shots, because there is a lot of places, cemeteries that we go to, that the overhead shots would be fantastic. And that was pretty much the reason why I got it, so that you guys could get, the overhead shots. And there we got that. I've got to put in some more. This one I think I'm going to cut in half, because this one's a little thick. I got it. I had to close and load this one. Okie dokie. Yeah. Once I get this one up to the numbers, and then you guys can, donate and send gifts on this one, then I'll only do the one stream. Because, I get people in here and they go, well, I can't send anything. Well, it's because this one isn't ready for that yet. Soon, I hope. I mean, I hope it won't take a couple of years, but it might. I just figured it better to have two separate channels instead of the paranormal one with crafting on it. I mean, I just, guys, this just made more sense. So there we got that put in there. Push, and then I'm going to start putting in these cute little flowers. And I think I'm going to cut these down just a little bit. They're a little long. A little long. So I hope everybody, I know it's pretty late there for poor Womble. And I appreciate you, sir, popping in. And yes, I'll be doing the radio show there. Well, actually, that's how I found out about doing the radio show, was through Sir Womble. And they were so gracious to ask me to join. And also, guys, Bill is going to be a show as well. So look out for Bill's show. Okay, how cute is that? I'm going to add more. Because I think it's kind of bald. I'm going to add a couple more to that. Just a couple more. You gotta hold on, because these things like to fly around the room. Let's see. Oh, is Ace leaving us already? Okay, Ace, thanks for chopping in. I appreciate it. You have a great night. I know, Monday, everybody's got to go back to work. That dirty word, I know. Give me a spanking. I said the dirty word. Work. Of course, all of life is a work, no matter what you're doing. So there we go. I think they added a couple of extra. Just was a little bit better than what we had going on. So there we go, guys. Our cute little bouquet. We're going to put that over there, out of the way with the rest. Oh, we got my hands itching. What's that mean? It means it itches. I used to have a friend who used to always say that. What does that mean when your palm itches? It itches. That's what it means. Doesn't mean anything else. Hello, Ryan. Welcome in. Oh, and if Ace is in here still, I forget. Sorry, I missed the live. I popped in just as you were signing off. Like I said, I've been on overload this whole weekend. So sorry about missing that, sir, but I liked it. Yay! It was good. What I caught. You saying goodbye. Little sip of the brew, guys. Oh, the coffee's good. Okay, so we finished up those. On to the next. And okay, so we already did that part. That was the one that I showed you, the tone with the purple. And now we're going to be moving on to some of the items that are going to be put into the house besides the flowers. All I did was take the twine that they gave us. It has a white backing. They give you a backing to use as a base. And then just glue. And then you just wrap it around. So there we go. We've got ourselves like a little hemp rug for our greenhouse. So that is too cute. Too stinking. Now we're going to start framing in some pictures. The furniture is actually coming up real soon, guys. Actually, I think the next time that we tune in for the show, that's the furniture build will begin. So we have some portraits here that we're going to have to paint. So I had to cut these out. So I've got a couple of them, this one and this one. I'm maybe making a little pair of scissors too. Wait till you see that. That's hilarious. Another little pretty picture. And then I have to find the wood pieces that I have to adhere these to. And I didn't do, I guess it's right there. I've got my little one with the sunflowers. I love sunflowers. So there's our little sunflower. And I see the edge is a little showing. I didn't cut close enough, so I'm going to trim that. I get real particular about trimming so that it is right on that line. You don't want the white showing through. It's supposed to be a green frame, right? Right. So you got to get rid of that stuff and a little bit on the side. So it's kind of a quick shave. So there we go. I fixed that. So there we go. Nice. Okay, so I need to find A85, A69, and A68. So let's go through the wood pile. Ooh, we're into the wood. Good. That's exciting. Wood. So let me see if I can find it. What did I say? A85. It's not that one. A08. 34. Is it in the dark wood? It must be in the dark wood. In the dark wood. The one that I didn't pick up, right? Go figure. Let's see. 2518. Nope, it's not that one. Well, maybe a big fan liar. 85. I don't think it's a pre-cut. I mean, a pre-fabricated one. 35. A34. A14. I love it because everything is marked. Beautifully marked, so you know what you're supposed to be going after. That's the beauty of it. This one, 58. Nope, not that one. 75, 79. And nope, that's actually furniture. I can tell that that's by the cut of that, that's all furniture. 64. Well, I'll be darned. It's none of these. All right, I got to find it, guys. 85. A85. Well, where is it? Might be in one of these sections here. Let's see. I don't see that there. When you have a hard time, it's also live here too. Okay. When you have an issue trying to find something, that's when you go back and refer to the parts list. So I have to find out what A85 actually is on our parts list because I was having a hard time. Oh, I see, said the blind man. I have to cut it out. Well, shoot. Okay. A85. And what was the other one I said? Yeah, 85, 84. I have to cut out of the black material that's right here. Nice. Okay, I gotta find the template. We have to find the template, guys. So, and that is in here somewhere in our paper products. So we've got to find the template for that. That's not that one. It's not that one. And it's not that one. Well, they're just pulling my chain, aren't they? $85 is for that one. I-17. A69 is a wood piece. Let's do the wood pieces first, and then I'll do the cutout. Oh, no, wait. Is it in here? Oh, I might have found it. Yes. I have to magnify this, guys, because I can't see it. 84, 85, and 83. Yes, right here. Little tiny black wood pieces that I had off to the side. So I recommend to you guys when it's small like that, use your crafting knife, cut loose the attachments because otherwise you might break it by mistake. You don't want to do that. Or actually, we could hook up the ultrasonic knife. But I already got this in my hands. So let's just use those because I don't have the ultrasonic knife out. So we're just gonna just break this loose, just like that. Hear that pop? That means we did it right. And always support it with your other fingers because you don't want, because it'll break easy, guys. I'm serious. I'm serious. And we just pop that loose, just like that. Beauties. Let's put this one to the side. The reason I didn't realize that earlier is because it blended in with the blank paper. And then we have the backing here for our little calculator. I'm going to cut off those extra pieces and then cut this loose very gingerly on the other side as well. Make sure you get it in the right spot. There we go with that. And I'm just going to gently push that center piece out because this also has to be popped out because that's the back of our calculator that we're going to be working on soon. Take your nail file and file those edges. Be very, 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 very careful. Be very, very careful. Just lightly rub that over that. Now, your choice. You can either paint this raw edge. You see it's got a raw edge on it. Or paint it, or you could leave it as it is. I usually wait and see till I put the rest of the building together because I'm not sure on how it's going to look. I might want the raw edge because it gives some character. A lot of times I will paint it, but I leave that until I start putting stuff together. With the smaller inside that we have to sand, you bring out the small one, the small sander, and try to get that in there just to get that little nub off. If that one's too big, I got it. If it's too big, then you use other tools to get in there and get that taken care of. But there's our frame that goes over our sunflowers, and there's our sunflower picture. You're just going to put a little glue on the back of that and put your picture in. Now, if I was to do this all handmade, then I would just use very thin, balsa wood, or I usually would use crafting sticks and then make framing. You'd have to glue it all together, wait. But this project, we're not doing that. So when we do the big house, that's when I'll be doing custom framing and stuff like that. So just put a little bit on there to make that picture stick. And that's when you get to see how to measure out, do your angle cuts for your framing. We won't be replacing the floor, so you won't be able to see me putting down floorboards, but I think we're going to probably sand it down and refinish. I'm starting to crash. I have to get ready for work tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Okay, Susan, you have a great night's sleep, and we will see you hopefully in the brew tomorrow morning. So then I'm just going to put this down in place. And the beauty of this kind of glue is that it gives you time to adjust. So you could center that photograph on there. Make it nice, nice, nice. And there we go. We have a framed portrait. We're going to let that set and set up before we mess around with it. Okay, the next one is the A69, which actually looks like a solid piece of wood. So that is in this section here somewhere. Let's move our baggies out. Okay? No matter how much room I give myself, it's never enough. There's still just never enough. All right, this is 64, 68. Wow, where's 69? 69 right here. That's the one we want. I'm excited to get to the furniture. This is the first greenhouse I've ever done. I've always loved to do the spooky houses. We have to get another one of those. I love doing those. They're so fun. All the cool furniture. I usually change stuff up. And of course, you still have to finish up the other dollhouse that I started on the other channel, which I will. And then you'll be able to see some airbrushing because I'm redoing that. I'm turning it from a cute little cutesy dollhouse into a goth style dollhouse. So that's, we started that. We got to finish it up. So we're going to slowly poke this one out. And there's the backing for that picture. And again, file it down. Up to you. This one we're going to be putting on is a large photograph, so it has a black edging to it. So if you want to, again, you could leave it bare, natural, or we could paint it to make it custom. For now, we're just going to leave it as is until we see how it looks. And then I might change my mind. And a space this large, I just add it directly to the wood because then I will take the edge of my ruler. That's another way to use the ruler. I'll get this one. And I use it to smooth out the glue so that I have a nice uniform coverage on that wood piece. So then you don't end up with a bunch of bubbles. Set that to the side. And when it dries, you can scrape that glue off. Beauty of plastic. Lay that, center it. Push it down with your finger gently. Wipe off any residue. And there we go. We've got another framed portrait. And like I said, afterwards we can paint that or leave it natural. That's up to you guys. Then the last one is 68. Same piece here. We have to break this free. So nobody filled me in. What's going on? Hey, YC, 1969, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're going to hang out with us. What did everybody do for the weekend? Don't tell me everybody sat home and did nothing. Come on, come on. So we pop that out. You guys had to have done something. I wanted to get out so bad. And do that in adventure with the cemeteries. I wanted to hit both of the places actually this weekend. Mother Nature did not cooperate. Mother Nature's starting to get on my nerves. Because I'm not going to go traipse into a cemetery and all that, and it's mucky and wet. You know what it is. Every bug on a planet's there. So yeah, I wasn't going to deal with that. So I'm not going to take the edge of this, smooth out that glue. Yeah, nice. Very important always to get the edges, guys, when you're doing this kind of stuff. Because if not, the edges will curl up. And then you'll be swearing later. So I'm trying to save you the swearing. And we're going to lay this right on top. Center it. And push it down gently. And believe me, if you're in miniatures, there will be some swearing. I'm sorry. But there you go. So now we've got 3 of those lovelies put together. Let me catch up to the... I literally did nothing. Is my chat working? Yes, it is, Womble. I can see you. It's working. We can see you. And okay, now here we go. Something small. Good thing Steph's not here. Look at the size of this calculator, guys. Can you see that? This little tiny calculator. Stinking cute. All right, I'm going to put that there because we have to pop out the back for that out of this little piece. So Steph, if you're lurking, close your eyes. And we are going to just pop that right out of there. And there it is. Push it out gently. There it is. There it is. Now, see, even this leftover piece, that looks like a picture frame. I'm going to save that because we can use that as a frame for another photograph on another project. You never know what you might need. Oh, there's no one typing. No, it's working. We see you. Everybody's being kind of quiet. I know that Janice didn't do anything. Susan had to leave. The lurkers are just lurking. It's okay. You can just start chatting now. Just put out anything there, Womble. Somebody will answer. Again, we're just going to add it directly to the wood and then put that. And see this, I could spread around just with the tip of the glue container. So that just made that even easier. And then we are going to grab our little photograph and then place it right on top, centering it. We have calculator. I use the tweezers to push it into place. So there we go, guys. That is stinking cute. Oh my. Oh my. All right, so we're going to put that out of the way so we don't lose it. Because that can happen. So good. I don't have to cut any of that out. Save me some cutting. Now we're going to make these cute little cards. And they already have them pre-done for you. Look how cute that is. I cut those all out. And pretty much all you're going to do is fold these. That's it. Did you get my mail, Bill? Yeah, Bill's here. All right. We had a retirement party for my dad yesterday. Oh, congratulations for him. It's great. That must have been fun. I know I know that a few friends and stuff had like graduation parties and stuff for their kids. There we go. I just take that back edge of the crafty knife and I make that perfect fold. And that's it. That's all you got to do with those. So when you set it up on the shelf, it looks like a folded card. Pretty simple stuff. Pretty simple. You just put it on that line indicated and push down in. Be very careful with your fingers, guys. There's a lot of things that, I always do. Don't do what I do. I did. So there it is, folded, ready to rock and roll. So we put that over there so we don't lose it. And then we're going to move on to our clock. And here is our clock. So we've got that one piece there. There is the piece that's going to go in between. You guys can see that. Let me lift this up. Is it causing an issue? It might be. And I can use maybe. There. Does it help out? There. Can you see better? Just let me know. If not, I can bring it back up. And then we are going to grab the back. Now, these all have to be sanded down. All I did was remove them. Now I'm just going to sand them smooth. Again, your choice. Raw edge or mix of a paint color that will match that, which really isn't hard. This is kind of like it's a blue. I wouldn't say Robin Eggs blue because it's too dark. There's that back half. Here is the front half. I would say more like a watertight blue, ocean blue. Mixing colors is actually pretty easy. And you can usually tell by your eye if it's going to match or not once you mix the colors in. And there's that. Clean out the inside edge. And all we're going to do is cover this back section with glue. Let me see. When I had to retire, all I got was sorry to see you go. Bye, womble, bye. Yeah, yeah. Well, most of you guys know I was forced into retirement. So all I got was, we're sorry. Yeah, whatever. No, you're not. No, you're not. But yeah, I did it. That's why I said, I get it. Don't worry about it. I get it. So don't hand me a line of shit. I get it. I was a hindrance to them. Well, not really. The manager. The manager was a whiny pain in the butt cheeks. So he got his way. That's all right. Because now I get to do this with you guys. There's attached, I attached the photograph to that back section, as you can see. Whoa. Now we're going to attach the front section to this section. And I'm going to, again, apply the glue. Oh, see, we have a little bit of a bump there. Don't like that. Get rid of it. We're going to add it directly on. With this, my body's different. Let's see. I am of the belief that I will work until I'm dead. That will be my retirement. You know, William, I know it. I think that's, even if we retire from, a regular job, well, no matter what you do, you're working until you drop. That's what they want, though, because they don't want to pay anybody retirement money. That's why they keep upping the retirement age. I believe now it's up to 67. Pretty soon it's going to be, you got to work until, you're 90 years old. And they make it that way anyway, because everything goes up except for, the money. You work your whole life, you make good money, and you still get the shaft. There's no win there. So there is our clock. Isn't that just the cutest thing? Our cute little clock. We're going to put him down over there, let him dry with the rest of the stuff. And it moved on me when I set it down. So I got to straighten that out. We don't want crooked clock. No crooked. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. Oh, and then I dropped it again, but it's straight, so it's good. But we fixed it. Let's see. It took me about 5 months to get used to not driving a couple 100 miles every day. Oh my goodness. Hey, Julie. There's our lady of the world. There, Julie. How's it going? We'll save Julie's adventure for the morning show. Seeing this is more of, PG-13 level. We want to save the spicy stuff for the morning brew. Scissor time, guys. We're going to make these cute pair of scissors. And all it is a piece of copper wire and some silver paper. And you get your little scissors. So they want us to measure out this cute wire here at 3.5 centimeters. So we've got to do 3.5, which is there. I always mark it with a nail, and I bend it over where I got to cut it. What's going up? Not the paycheck. Not the paycheck, sweetie. So there is our piece that we need to make our little pair of scissors. And this is where the rounded pliers come in handy, because now we have to make this look like the handles of those scissors. So let's move that out of the way. Shove all that stuff out of the way. And then we're going to fold this directly in half. Do the best you can, guys. Like I said, none of this stuff is ever perfect. And I'm looking at the size of the fold, and it's kind of like mid-range, almost mid-range on the pliers. And I'm just going to bend that down. You're eyeballing it. If it's off a little bit, easy way to fix that is grab with your other pliers and adjust. That's all. Just got to adjust it. And you'll get it pretty darn close. There we go. So I did the adjustment. Straighten it out. Let's see. I'm back now. Delivery guy was dropping off my antivirals. I'm going to take one now. Hopefully they work. Yeah, get one in there quick. Hopefully they work fast. So now what you're going to do is just take this kind of midway on the piece of wire and you're going to bend it upward. Or, I mean, this is very flexible wire. Bend that up because that's going to be the handle for your pair of scissors. And I'm going to slide that out so you guys can see that. See that little handle? You're going to do the same thing on the other side. That's the beauty of these. I love these pliers. They are my favorites. Especially when I used to make rosary beads, handmade rosary beads. These are like the best because it helped with the twisting and the wire and making traditionally made rosary beads are very I want to say complex, but there's a lot that goes into it. And it's a lot of twisting of wire. Okay, so mine is a little bit more rounded. So I'm going to pinch that off a little bit more at the top just to bring it in. I think it's pouring outside, guys. Bill, is it pouring out at your house? It sounds like it's raining here. Like mad crazy. Push that in. There we go. I want kind of a more of a bend. There it is. Doing those adjustments. There we go. I like it. I like it a lot. Always adjust, adjust, adjust. And then now we're going to attach that little silver piece to this. Now I trick up picking stuff up like that. You're going to get a little bit of glue on the tip of your knife and have to pick up the small pieces because look how small that is. And I'm going to add glue to that section itself because that's where the wire's got to go. So hold it down with one finger. I need a little bit more than that because this has got to stick. Oop, wrong thing. Wrong thing. Put a little dab will do ya right in the center of that silver paper. Now we're going to take our handles here. Still not happy with that. And then I'm going to place that right in the middle of that glue. And adjust it so it's straight. And look, we got a little pair of scissors. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. There they are. A little pair of scissors. Ah, that's freaking cute. All right, so we're going to put those down so they dry. A little pair of scissors. That was really, really cool. It's raining here again. Sick of it. Yeah, it's like every other. Yep, just a little. All right, yeah, we got rain coming here. Or got it here too. What the flippin' flap, man? We just can't get rid of. I mean, we need the rain, but geez. We'd like a little sunshine in between too, right? I can't get my lawn cut, nothing. Drive past my house, you'd think I lived in the Amazon. Man, there's the jungle going on out there. That's what I was going to do this morning. And I'm like, yeah, sure. The rain beat me. Okay, these are the pieces that we're going to need for our little pond. Isn't that just the cutest thing? And here they are, all cut out, ready to roll. We've got the white backing. This is the edge piece here we've got there. And then we've got our little pond there with the fishies. Our little koi fish are in there. And then this is edging that's going to go around the wood piece that goes on the top. And I'll show you that in a second. I can flip this over. It don't want it. So there's our two strips. Let me get these out of the way. Our two strips for around the edge. So it covers up the edge piece. There is the wood edge piece. So that's what we're going to be doing. And they want us to start with edging out the wood and then adding the pieces in sections till we end up with the full pool. So I have to pop up the center because the center's still in there. Well, hello. All right, now I'm going to try not to screw this up, so don't get mad at me. Is it Nala? I'm going to just stick with Nala. How about that? Welcome in. Welcome in. Betty likes the scissors. I'll make you a pair, Betty. All right, this one doesn't want to pop out, so we've got to do a little cutting here. Let's clean off this. Like I said, don't clean your knife off like I do, guys. So how's not? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you enjoy the crafting. Unless you're on the raw side page, it's not paranormal night, it's craft night. So wherever you are viewing from, welcome in. Save this, guys. I mean, come on, it's a half moon. You gotta save that and use it for something else. It would just be a sin to let that get thrown away. So we're gonna save that. Next, they want us to do all of the edging first, but I recommend you do your sanding before you do any gluing. So let's get those edges smooth, so we don't have no lumps or bumps. No lumps or bumps. And he's just very gentle, because it really isn't. I mean, the wood is soft. It's not like we have to use power tools or, push down really hard. You just very gently back and forth. Sometimes you will have some where the wood is harder and you have issues. Then that's when I recommend using like the ultrasonic knife. You use that and it'll just like cut through it like butter and make it very smooth for you. I've got this one is a little bit lumpy on the inside, so I'm going to switch to a smaller sanding piece. Get that right out of there. Just check with your finger. That's all. That's all. And you just keep going over it until it is gone. There we go. I'm happy with that. So we'll put that back over there. So my yard floods now have mushrooms growing. Oh my goodness. Well, you got, wow. Freezing here, overcast, 27 -3. Oh, it's 25. That's why you got the vid. Did you go out and hopefully the autofocus isn't freaking everybody out. So there is our form that we're going to be working with, and we're going to be edging it with this paper. I just use the glue. I start here maybe at one of these areas where we did the sanding, and then just put a little bit on there, go a little ways. You can use the tip to kind of smooth it out for you. Little sections at a time, guys, because the glue will dry quicker than you're working. Because you're going to make sure you got it centered and where you want it before you keep going. How many times you might have done a project and you've done the whole thing, and then when you get to it and it's dried out. So do little bits at a time. Makes it a little bit easier for you. And then you just lay it on down. Lay it on down. And then we're going to just coming around the corner. She'll be coming around. All right. And this one, I'm going to go all the way to that other edge because I don't have that far to go. Now, you don't have to worry about spreading it out, because when you smooth down with your finger, that's going to be spreading it out for you. Just make sure you've got it straight. And we go all the way around to the end. And then that little lip, put a little dab. A little dab, come on. Smooth that down. Let that sit for a minute before we do the inside. And it is perfect. It's perfect. Got one little edge still. Didn't have enough glue, so I'm going to add a little bit more in that section. Just so it don't pop up on us. There we go. Now you behave. You behave. So we're going to let that set up just a little bit before we do the inner circle, and I can catch up on what you guys were chatting about. I read your email, Bill. I think it was both reading things the wrong way. It must be the British cross-American thing. I think you sent a reply and I hope it makes sense. It's not that different. It's not that different. So where's Nala from? Where are you visiting us from? Are you far away? Yeah, don't eat the mushrooms. Oh, good Lord, no. Here, you guys want to laugh? Okay, here we go. Oh God, I got time to hurry up and shove something down my face real quick before the show starts. And my son and his girl are still here. And it's pretty good. We had cake before I had something to eat. I said, I gotta have something really fast. So I said, oh, okay, I'll make a turkey sandwich. All right. So I bought the bread yesterday. I didn't pay attention. And I like sourdough bread. So I got jalapeno and cheddar sourdough. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me, right? I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. Ate a little bit of it, and I bit into one of the jalapenos. My whole mouth was on fire. My son's laughing at me. I said, here's a sandwich for you. I gave it to my son, so I didn't even get to eat anything. I said, you've got to be kidding, right? I even gave him a loaf of bread. Take it home. I can't have that. My tongue was on fire like 15 minutes. They might be magical mushrooms. Then maybe she won them. What is it in Alice in Wonderland? To bite me or eat me or whatever it says. Just a little bite. It'll shrink her down. And then she could fit in one of my little houses. That's what you do. You take that shrink down. You could pick whatever house that I built, you could move in. Okay, so now we are going to do the inside track. And lovely people, I'm going to send you all later. All right, good night, sir. Hopefully you get some sleep now. If not, we might still be here. As long as everybody doesn't get bored and run away. So here we go. We are going to do the inside track. Just put that paper down in there. Now, this might be just a little bit awkward, guys, but I have faith. You could do it. You're just working at an angle. You got to put that paper in there. Make it work. Adjust as you go. And it will come out beautiful, I promise. So just put a little, get that out of the way. Get it out of the way, Laura. Now, if the tip causes an issue, then just put it on your palette. Just like that. And I'll show you. You just use the tip of your knife. If that makes it easier for you to apply your glue. And then just smear it along. And then work that paper in there. Straightening out as you go. Making sure you get it pushed down to that curve. That's usually where you have an issue, where you think you got it pushed in the place, and then you look when you're done and you got, potholes. No potholes. Push that in. Work yourself around. Hopefully we got enough glue so I don't have to use more. Turning it always to your advantage, guys. It's paper. You can manipulate it any way you want. And then that one last stretch, and I do have to get more glue. Figures, right? You think you got enough, and you find out you don't. And then we're going to just pop that all the way in there. Once I get my damn finger out of it. Roll that into that corner. Beautiful. It's in. Now you can either clip this or just glue it across. I'm just going to glue it across. Why waste time trying to cut it off? Just finish up, use it. Why not, right? A little bit more that extended piece. And actually, you can just put it right on the paper. And just put that on there, roll it into place. That's it. That is it. Use the knife to push that down in. And there we go. And there we have it. It's all covered. We're going to let that set and dry before we start putting together our pond. And of course, you've got your base. And that's what they've got. I don't know why they had to cut this out. Oh, this is, I see, said the guy. I have to cut this out, guys. Because this is the top edge for our pond. Oh, look at, I'm getting a pothole. See what I mean? A little gap in there. No, no, no. So I push that down. Okay, so there we go. We've got that good. So we got to cut this out. So get your craft knife out. And what I do is just draw a straight line. Draw a straight line right down the center of it. Or an X, whatever works for you. Because this way, you get your scissors right in there. I'm going to use the big boys here. Let's see. Pinky rating sounds like more fun. Hope you start feeling better soon. This is the best thing to watch when you're feeling sick. See, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here for you, girl. I'm here for you. I'm here, not doing anyone tonight. I mean, anything. Julie. It's relaxing to watch. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So, and it's not stressing you out. So I just kind of like make a little, excuse me, little snip to get me in there. Now, if it makes you nervous with the big scissors, just grab your smaller ones. Or even if you have even smaller ones. See? I have all kinds of different ones on hand. I don't really use these a lot because I have big fingers. Right here, I'll show you. See, little snips. And sometimes I could be a little impatient. But what's nice about these is these have a curve. So you could go around that curve with these little scissors. Cut very carefully. Very careful. See, and then it gives you that cut. But see, it's not getting as close as I want. So if you use these, I can get in closer to where I want to be. Cut. But I'm used to using the big ones, guys. I really am. That's what I'm used to using, so that's what I use. Some people may freak out. I don't know, I just think I have better control with the larger shears than those smaller ones. But you use whatever you want to use. Or some people, even when you want to use shears, they'll use the craft knife itself. And then just follow the line with the knife. The two I have actually need to be sharpened. Otherwise, I would use those and then just cut around that line. But I'm used to using the big scissors. And I just go around. And what I'm going to do is cut out the center just like this to give me more room. Why struggle with paper in your way, right? I mean, you don't have to. Pull that out. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm going to start like this and go around with this corner here. I'll go back to the other one. Don't worry. I needed something to hold on to. So we are doing snip. A snip, because see how thin that is? That's really thin. You guys can see it. So this is the kind of thing you got to take your time. That's why I say you use whatever you're comfortable with. I mean, I can show you with the knife. Here we've got the knife here. Like I said, these actually need to be sharpened. And they would work better. But if you just follow that line, you can just zip all the way around. But I feel that I have more control with the larger scissors. Of course, for not for nothing, we could the ultrasonic knife. The thing is, that thing heats up. I don't want this. I don't want this to burst into flames. That would make one hell of a show, though, wouldn't it? Bill seems to do pretty good bonfire, so I can deal with this. Okay, so I clip out that one little section. All done. Now I just have this top section to go. Hold on the best you can. That's why everybody is, how can you do this with fingernails? That's what I use the fingernails for. I use the fingernails as tools to hold small things in place and easy for me to manipulate the object. The fingernails are like an extension of the hand. So. And there we go. And see, that's what you got there. That is like a quarter, not an eighth of an inch. I would say an eighth of an inch in width. And that is going to be glued to the top section here. Let's see. Sorry, I was reading an email. All is good. That's great. Good to hear it, Bill. I've been wanting something sweet all day. Realize I have 2 pieces of chocolate cream pie. Oh, I could go for that. Gee. Chocolate cream pie. I mean, I know I made my son's girlfriend a birthday cake today. So they had a piece with us, and it's a family recipe, which she loves. So, but of course, she took it home with her. My husband's like, well, where is she going? I said, well, it's her birthday cake. You don't make somebody a cake and then tell them they can't take it with them. So now I'm going to make another one tomorrow. Oh, jeez. Just what I wanted to do. Thank God for air conditioning. Because there'd be no way he'd be getting a cake now. I usually don't only make it in the autumn when we get the fresh apples from the orchard. But I lucked out and found the apples I needed in the store. So I used those, and it came out very good. And obviously, it's an apple cake, guys. So we are going to put this on here. Make it all pretty. I haven't seen Sage yet. Is Sage in here in the sneak or no? I hope everything's okay. Hope she's okay. And there it is. We've got the top edge on our stone wall for our pond. Hello, Haas. Hey, Becky, how's it going? I hope you're well. She's come just in time to watch us put our koi pond together. Now, if you want to go over the edge, which I would normally do, this has a stone detail on it, as you guys can see. Okay. If you wanted to really get into it, this is what I would normally do, but I don't have any with me right at the moment. I would actually take fish tank gravel and I would glue it all around on this to make this actual stone. But I don't have any with me right now, so we're not going to do that today. But if I do come across it, we might do that because it would make it look really cool. So I haven't seen her. So she's MIA. She hope her mom's okay. So now we're going to flip this over and glue this bottom piece and put on the base piece of our koi pond. But yeah, just like with, I do that with fireplaces, guys. When you got something that has a fireplace, fish tank gravel. It's inexpensive. You can get it in any color you want. And you just get out the hot glue gun and start gluing that bad boy up. I've made fireplace mantles and everything with it. Foundations for houses. Very versatile stuff. So now we're going to just put that on there. Place it in place. It's beautiful. And we're going to let that set and glue up. And nope, guys, I just messed up. because I'm supposed to put the water in first. What the hell, man? You guys are supposed to tell me this stuff. We'll just add more glue to that, put the water in, and then put that base piece on. My bad, because I was running my yap, not paying attention. You got to put the water in first. So there's our water with our fishies. We do this quick because I don't want that glue to dry up on that other piece. And then we're going to put the base on. Gives it a little more strength. And there we go. Push that down. Make sure everything is even and lined up. That's why it gives you that time where you can kind of maneuver everything. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And there you go, guys. There's our little koi pond. Isn't that cute? Look at that little fish. Water lilies. Love it. But like I said, if I had it with me now, I would have put the gravel on there. So it still can be done later on. Even after before we install it, we could put the gravel on to make this even gives it that dimension, which is really, really awesome. It's worth it. It really is. So we're gonna let that set and dry. Let me clean up this mess a little bit. So we've got a little room, and then we're going to be working on now on a stone fixture. I don't know if that is a well. I think that's what that is, because I think it goes on the outside. I think this is a well. So we're going to be putting this together. So I'm going to find those pieces, cut them out, get the wood, glue it up. That's what we're going to tackle. Let's see. I have an appointment Wednesday for my next tat. Oh, hey, you go, girl. I have one tattoo. That's it. That's all I ever wanted. One. Didn't get it until I turned 30, and my father still yelled at me. I said, "Oh, come on!" And that's the only one I ever wanted. Even though I've got people trying to talk me into more. No, that's okay. I don't need to be all inked up. And actually, the one I have is faded. I might have it touched up at some point. I probably not, because of the fibromyalgia. It hurts. It hurts way more than it should. Well, I mean, how do you stand it, Julie? I was getting it done, and I was ready to kill the guy. I'm saying, just get it over with. It freaking hurts. Of course, mine's on my ankle. So that's probably why it hurt. But with the fibro, oh man, talk about pain. But that's all I had is the one. Pinky, the box has 2 pieces. Got it at Dollar General store. You could get some pretty nice stuff at Dollar General. What does they have now? Is it the Dollar General Market? Am I correct? Is that what it is? We went in one once. We were coming home from the North Country, and there was one on the main strip on the way home, and let's pull in. Let's check it out. And it's like a mini grocery store. It was amazing. Which I think is fantastic for the outskirts areas, because they have to travel so far to get to a store. So that was a brilliant idea. I guarantee you most of the people do all their shopping. I've only been permanently inked 5 times. Yeah, well, I picked the ankle, and everybody tells me, well, that's a painful spot. And then, of course, having fibro. And so it took longer for him to do the design. It's a fairy holding a flower. That's what I've got. I love fairies. I love flowers. So that's why I got it. But yeah, it took twice as long because he had to keep stopping. The pain was horrendous. I think if I picked somewhere that was a little more meatier, and then I wouldn't have thought nothing of it. One of my tats hurt really bad because of where it is. Yeah, they say the foot area and the ankle is pretty painful. Now, there's a lot of times where I have a scar from a surgery that I had on my ankle, and I hate it. So in the summertime, I usually put a henna tattoo over it so nobody sees it. And a lot of people say, "Oh my God, it's such a beautiful tattoo on your foot. They must have been horrible because it's so painful." I go, "No, I just wet my foot and put it on." Comes right off with alcohol. My pain is so severe that as long as it's not on my legs or spine or low back, ideal. I stood up on a shattered leg because my ex was screaming at me. Ideal. Oh yeah, yeah, you do, but I don't. Like I said, that day, I was dealing that day, but I just told the guy, okay, come on, let's get this over with. And of course, it was my sister's boyfriend, so I could have smacked him if I wanted to. And then, like I said, I've got, oh, come on, let's go get a tattoo. No, it's all right. I've been there, done that. That's enough for me. I don't need all of that shit. I got what I wanted. It's over and done with. Okay, so we need A31. And it's not on that one. Not on that board. Let's see if we can find her. 40, 30, 41. You love the way I count, guys? Just skip it all around. We need 31. Where? Oh, it makes it's on this one. Is it on this one? There it is. 31. And I've got 2 of those and 2 30 rings that I need to poke out. We need to poke them out. I'll get that underneath there because I'm going to need the paper product as well. So we are moving on to the... I need the smaller knife for this one. So I got to clean the glue off. I'm being a good girl. I'm not using my finger. And I need to break the connections on these 2 rings. Now, I have a girlfriend, actually, that has multiple tattoos. And she's afraid of pain. But she's got multiple tattoos. She just got on the tattoo bandwagon and, went a little crazy. And then, some of them she's got, I wasn't too thrilled with. And she's like, what do you think? I said, well, do you like it? Oh, yeah. Well, that's all that matters. I said, yeah, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if I like it or not. It's not my body, so. She's got one. I just think it's just awful. I don't know who did it, but they were a clown. Because my girlfriend loves policemen, so she wanted to honor policemen and have the policeman flag put on her. So many beautiful designs out there for that kind of stuff. The one that she picked was supposed to be dark blue, and I don't know. It looks like she's got a big black square on her arm. It looks terrible. But I said, if you like it, that's all right. My leg is metal. My arm is metal. Half my back is metal. I have metal in my abdomen. She's a RoboCop. You're a RoboCop, Julie. That's why she's not afraid to go out on all these dates. Julie is RoboCop. She goes around saying, show me your weapon. Oh, my tats have meaning. Yes, majority, everybody that gets tats, yeah, they have meaning. Something special. Like I said, mine was something that I liked. It has other meanings to it as well, and that was that. That's all I wanted. So I've got our 2 circles here. Our 2 circles for our lovely well. I've got the 2 rings that I have to poke those clear of those circles, and then we put on our paper product. Beauteous. Now to get this out, I've got to break the connections. And be really careful with this, guys, because sometimes this could be a bit of a pain in the cheeks. Take the end of the knife, poke it out through. Once you break that connection. The only thing about this knife that ticks me off, it's old. It's probably about as old as me. And the tip always loosens. Just poke it out. Save those. You could use them for something. Put them with our moon. Again, we're going to do some sanding. Sand that up. These are going to be covered in paper, so it doesn't make a difference about painting or not. So just get rid of that. The lump. It's like gravy. You don't want no lumps. And that one's good. Let's see. It's a meeting. This one is going to scare people off. There you go. Now I've got high sugar. Oh, geez. Oh, man. Now Betty's too sweet now. We've got to dilute her. She's too sweet. Okay, so we've got taking care of that. Did I tell you guys how freaking hot it is in here in the studio? I think I'm melting. Julie is Robocop. Betty is too sweet, and I'm melting. The things we do, right? The things we do. And I'm going to do that really quick. Checking. No lumps. And, if you guys are new to what's going on here, I always use an old nail filer. It is the best thing because you have total control. Do what you want with it, and they still have use out of them. Once you're done using them for fingernails, use them for your crafts. That's what I say. So we're going to stack these two on top of one another. And then the rings will go on top of there. And then we will wrap them with the cobblestone paper. First, let's do these two, and then we have to put a paper piece in there as well. So I'm going to glue these up quick and then look for the pieces that we need to cut out. A little swirly action on that. And then I'm going to put those two together. Make sure they are perfectly together. There we go. Doesn't even get any quicker than that, guys. And now we got to find the paper pieces that I need to cut out. And we need an I-12 and an I-13. I-12, right here. How convenient. On one page. So we're going to cut those out while we're waiting for our glue to set up. And guys, I'm pretty quick with nipping these buggers out of here. So put those up out of our way. 5-pointed star enclosed in a circle. When I cracked my skull, they said it would heal. Pinky has titanium in her neck, spine, between her shoulder blades, and my skull. My goodness. Don't go around these guys with any kind of magnetic equipment. Oh, my man. That's one thing I can say. I don't have any of that yet, but, hopefully never. Of course, I think if the doctors had their way with my spine, they probably say, let's go, and I'm not letting them do that. I just, I can't do it. Because I hear, every time somebody has back surgery, it never comes out right. You know what I mean? Are you doing miniatures? Yes, Becky. We are making, Becky. Look, if you didn't see before, this is what we're putting together. A little greenhouse. Usually I do the goth stuff, but I figured we'd change it up this time and do a little greenhouse. Eventually I'm going to have to do some kind of a contest to get rid of some of these houses because I'm running out of room. Or sell them on eBay or something. I don't know. Do something with them. Right now I'm holding off because Halloween's coming up. And I actually want to light up the whole... I have an entire village now, guys. You've been with me that long that we have an entire village. And I want to light them all up for Halloween. And if I can manage, have them all behind me when we do like the Halloween show on the Raw Side channel with some spooky stories or get a spooky guest on to interview about the paranormal. That'd be so cool. So I wanted to see what we can set up. I've been so overwhelmed with things that I have a list. I'm trying to catch up with it. So there's our circle. And then we have the top ring that we have to do. I think I'm going to do the inside of the ring first. This way I have the outer edge to hold on to. So I'm going to hold that down really tight so I can cut out that center X to make it easier for me to cut those out. And then I'll cut out the outer edge. My next surgery is in October, December, or January. Oh my goodness. Hey, girly. I was talking about you today. Seeing how you got me hooked on those mango smoothies. My son was laughing. He says she's turned me into an addict. That's okay. I'll be addicted to that. Love it. Actually, I have almost everything I need to actually make them at home. I didn't get everything yesterday when I went shopping. I'm short a banana. What the hell? Oh, I got the orange juice, the pineapple. Oh, and the fresh mango. I got to get the fresh mango and the guava. Because where I went, they didn't have that stuff. So I didn't want to. I want to get the right stuff for it. So I'm hoping to get out and get some more, the rest of it, so I can try to make it at home. And there, we've cut out the center. Oops, no ripping. Don't be doing any shit to me. All right, we got a little bit of a tear, guys. That's okay. Don't panic, because we can repair. We can rebuild her. We have the technology. I'm going to take a little glue and place it in that spot and fold that paper over so that we have the repair. We can do it. That happens sometimes. So there we go. We fixed it. I'm going to just take, I need a little piece I got to snip off. So be ginger. That's it. Done. Let's see. I know where I get guava. Oh, I don't know where. I get it at the store. I just have to go to a different store. Yeah. Is hot today. Might have to buy stuff to make smoothie. I still have one in the freezer. I didn't thaw it out, and I'm saving it. I didn't want to eat it all up really quick. So, and everybody knows not to touch. Don't touch is mine. So, which I don't have to worry about. My husband doesn't like it anyway. Too bad for him, right? So I'm saving it. And we're just gonna snip that, get that one corner there. And let's see. I'm one of those. I had a spinal cord surgery in 2003. Yeah, see, that's, well, like I said, they had mentioned about doing that stuff to me, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm a little sketchy on that. And they also wanted to insert one of those, whatever the hell those things are, that attach to your, it's a pain thing. Julie, what is it called? And it's, you work a remote to control it. So when it's a pain blocker, and I'm like, no, I ain't too thrilled about that either. You're having pain for a reason, it's letting you know that you have an issue. Why would I want to block it, and then I'm going to end up hurting myself more? So I told them a big no on that one too. I did have one procedure at one time where they were giving me injections in the tailbone region, and I have to be honest, I almost took the doctor out. I almost snapped the table in half. Now, that ain't no joke either. That was the most horrific procedure I've ever had in my life. And then he was telling me that I had to come back in like so many months. And you know what I told him? You are never touching me again. You know what? I wasn't very nice about it. My husband wasn't very happy either, because that was just, I'd rather have 20 babies at once than have that procedure done again. And you know what it did? It made it worse. So I went through all of that horrific pain for nothing. So I just used a little tip of my knife with a little glue to grab that paper piece, place it on top of those two discs, and then we are going to put the rings on top of that. Spinal cord stimulator. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, no, Laura, they don't work like that. Now, this is what they told me. They told me that they install it. You have the surgery, and it's connected to the spinal cord, and then I have the remote control. And if I was having pain issues, I push the button. I'm like, no, 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 no. I said, because you know what happened? What if I lose the remote? So yeah, I was advised by my chiropractor not to have it done, and I believed her over everybody else. She was a wonderful woman, very smart. Yeah, she said, no, 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 don't do it. Too many complications. Uh, yeah, so I said, okay, yeah, you're not. And I didn't like the idea of being. I like the whole idea of it anyway. It just turned me right off. So not going down that road. So now I'm going to put glue on the top ring and then put that top piece on, and then we'll wrap it all the way around. So I don't know, maybe it wasn't the same thing, Julie. I don't it was so long ago, I don't remember. And I think when they were going to do it to me, it was something that was new that they had just come up with or something. So I'm like, nah, it's all right. I'm not playing around with that. So again, I just do a little cheat sheet, a little bit of glue on the tip of that, pick up that top ring, place it in place. Now, before we wrap the outer ring around, I like to let this sit and dry for a couple of minutes so I don't disturb anything. But so far, there we've got ourselves a little mini well. I had to try a spinal cord stim placed. Yeah, I see. I don't know, to be honest. No, it wasn't a TENS unit. I had a TENS unit, and that was horrific. My husband loved it because his back issues. I put it on. I thought somebody was ripping my spine out of it. No, it was horrible. I couldn't get it off fast enough. Sure, get a remote control spine and find out the neighbor's TV controller switches it on. Oh my God, Leanne. Hello there, sweetie. They would be my luck. They would be my luck. Some guy's flipping through trying to find HBO, and my eyeballs are lighting up, and my hair is all standing on end because I'm getting electrocuted or something. I know a lady that has it and it made it worse. Yeah, see, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. My scoliosis prevents them from placing it correctly. Yeah, see, that's bad. That's bad. My sister has that. That actually runs in my family. And thank God it missed me. My sister's got the curvature in her shoulders, where her shoulder blades are. And the thing was is that nobody caught it until she was older. If they would have caught it, they said they could have corrected it, but now it's kind of too late. So she's kind of a little crooked. Not much, but just a little bit. I know a guy has CRPS and has a stimulator, and it helps him greatly. Oh, that's great. Maybe it just depends on who you are. But yeah, I used that TENS unit. Oh my God, it was horrible. Even when I did therapy in the pool here, uh, up the street at the doctor's office, and they wanted a meeting in front of the Jets. I can't even do that. It's painful. So that section of my back is so messed up. So yeah, I don't know. I just, and like I said, I don't want them to mess with it and make it worse. So I just suck it up. You know what I mean? Okay, so here they're showing us now this strip, if you notice, is only about a half inch in width. We're not putting it all the way at the bottom. It's only going to go around the top section of our little rings here. So make sure everything is straight. It's starting to set up pretty good. And we're going to put some glue in place. And I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to glue the paper just to make it a little easier on me. Put a little glue there, and I'm going to spread it with the tip. Leave it to Leanne. She'd be flipping that dial. Look at Laura jump. Flip, 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 flip. They'd get me moving, wouldn't it? And then I'm just going to use my tweezers. Let's spread that out a little bit better. Don't get sloppy. Get it on those edges, on that corner, because it's very important for those to stick. I'm telling you, it's a nightmare when you don't make sure you get your edges and your corners, because then when you think it's all done and dry and you look and you got stuff sticking up in the air, it just, kind of ticks you off. So try to make full coverage, guys. And I'm going to wipe the excess glue off my finger. And then I'm going to start with that top edge and just pull it all the way around. Here we go, around and around and around. And there we go, it just fits, Pull that together. Oh, don't move it. There we go. Give it a little squeeze. There we go, guys. It is on. So there we go, we've got our little well. Look, even stones on the inside. Again, if we had the fish tank gravel, we could have added it to this as well and gave it that real life stone effect. You know what I mean? So we're going to let that set and dry right next to our pond, because it just looks cute there. That's all. And then we're back onto baskets again. But I'm going to spend the last 5 minutes of the show just chatting with you guys. But the next thing I'm moving on to is this basket full of paper rolls, which is supposed to be like reading articles and material. And then we are going to be moving on to a few more baskets and filling those up. So just, again, some more odds and ends. And then after that, look what we're starting. Furniture. So let's see what everybody's talking about, chatting about. Cute little miniatures. Thank you, Betty. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Are you tired of flowers and flower pots? I didn't realize how many there would be in this miniature, but it's a greenhouse. And of course, the other greenhouse that I got was so cute. I seen it online. I'm thinking, oh, this one's really cute. So when we do that one, we'll be doing some more flowers and flower pots. But I'm changing up. I don't like the paper flowers. I don't know. They're cute, but I rather use silk. I use flower when I have to, but if I can find an alternative, I will, because it's just not my favorite thing. The paper flowers. That's why I went with the silk roses for this. I mean, because look how pretty that looks. You know, it looks like a rose. So if you can change it up and make it your own, do it. I always say do it. But actually, our next project is going to be the metal angel that goes along with our little metal devil. So this is what we're going to get into the next time around. Small, tiny pieces. So I promise to leave the swearing out. But I've got that new knife, so that's going to help with this a great deal, because it'll zip right through that, and I won't have to worry about using the metal clippers. That's what did me in with the ship. Excuse me. Let's see here. It's ranked as the most chronic pain condition known in medicine, called the suicide disease. And I believe it. I believe it, Julie. Yeah, see, the silk flowers are nice. I mean, the paper ones aren't bad. I mean, they're cute. But I just prefer the silk ones. And so it'll be a mix of the paper and the silk. So that's nice. It'll look cute. But like I said, it's up to you guys, and it's your project. Always, you follow the directions, yeah. But I mean, you've seen it when I was doing, the goth houses. I was painting stuff that they didn't say to paint, or I changed the color of something, and because I just thought it looked better. I would add stuff to it because I thought it needed something else. So always just, think outside the box. I was wondering why the angel and the devil were in the greenhouse. Yeah, no, they're not going to be in the greenhouse. Actually, well, I have the little devil. She's up with the miniatures on the wall. And then I'll end up putting the angel on one of those shelves also. Actually, if I can get the camera moved around without destroying the place, I'll show you exactly where she is. Let's see if we can do this without screwing anything up too bad. So I don't know if you guys can you see them? There they are. And there she is up on the shelves with all the minis. She's in the middle on that first shelf. Look, the dolls are looking at you guys. So we're going to make an angel to go with her. I mean, there's set. You got to have the set, right? Let's see. It's better to customize it with your own time. Yes. And I always encourage that. I mean, you can follow it to the T, and it's okay, that was fun. And then you just toss it in the corner. But then when you start doing these, then your imagination, starts to soar. And you're thinking, oh, what can I do with this? Or how can I change this? Or, that kind of thing. Yes, these are all pre-cut pieces. And everybody's, oh, it's a big deal. It's really not, any big deal. But no, it is a big deal. Just because it's already pre-cut and you're just gluing it together doesn't mean that it's not your creation. Because you could change it and do whatever you want with it. I mean, I've, changed walls and, changed wallpaper, and, you just gotta do that. Your studio looks awesome, Laura. Oh, well, yeah, you guys didn't see the redo at all, did you? I should go do a roundabout. Let's do a roundabout. So you see there, I've got, there's that one wall there, and there's the ship. And then, of course, you've seen this side here. There's the clock my grandma gave me. And there's my little ghost friends on the wall. And my beautiful son. And then you've got all of the dollies and the shelving. And I was talking about that stein, the ceramic stein I did. There it is over there. That I painted and did years and years ago. And then you've got more big dolls over there. Oh, there's my tarot cards. And there's my table. There's Leroy just hanging. My tree of life, my swords. And there's my little bat. Isn't he cute? So there it is, guys. This is where I sit and hang with you guys. So I got one side is the craft side, the other side is for the raw side and all of my interviews. So studio, let's see. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Laura. Yeah, you got to always just make it your own. You have a great night too, Julie. Thanks for popping in. It's always a joy. There she is. Sage, is everything okay? I've been online for hours trying to fix a problem with my Microsoft account. Oh, okay. I was worried maybe something was wrong with Mom. Mom, everybody's good? Now you're waiting for them to reprovision my MS account. Oh, no. Yeah, because you got to have that all for work, correct? Don't you love technology? I'm going through issues myself. When I post a link for people, when I'm talking to them in chat and messenger, like say I'm messaging you, Sage, it'll show up on your end. You'll get the link, but it doesn't show up on my end like it used to. I don't know what the hell happened. So I'm trying to fix that. And I've been trying to fix that for like a month. I just can't figure it out. I will though, because I'm determined. So yeah, all but me. Now my blood pressure is through the roof. I don't blame you. I'd be ticked all day. That's ridiculous. So, but I'm glad everybody's okay. Take a shot of something there. Get some of that wine that you make and help cool the blood pressure down. So yeah, I was a little worried. I'm thinking, okay, Sage isn't here. So something must be wrong. I spent 6 hours, and this is the second day of this. Oh no. Oh boy. Well, hopefully they straighten it out. I know I got to take these gloves off, even though they help my fingers. It's hot in here, so I've had enough of the gloves for the day. And I honestly I have to say, thank God I had a halfway decent day today. So I don't know, man. I should just celebrate that. See, look at my poor knuckles. Look at it, size. You used to have beautiful hands. What the hell? Getting older, getting screwed. So yeah, I'm glad everything's all right because I worry, because I know you got mom has her issues. Great idea. Then I can be drunk. Yeah, and then you could tell them instead of showing them their number one, you can tell them. I mean, like if somebody wants to spend the entire day online trying to fix this stuff, there's got to be an easier way, It's just insane. It's insane. I don't know, guys. Look at that. This kind of looks like a face, don't it? Hello, Leanne. Lumpy, bumpy, and grumpy. Somewhere on the other Raw side channel. Yes, again, guys, I'll have to explain that. Yeah, I'm not monetized on this channel yet because it's new. Hopefully, the numbers will grow. So if you want to, send the flowers, which I'm surprised it showed up when I got one on here, because normally it doesn't show up because I don't have the numbers. But any like super chats or anything like that, I can't get on this one, so you have to do it on the Raw side page. If you want to donate help towards the equipment fund, you just send that to my PayPal. This way, it'll help me get the equipment all the quicker. I'm almost there. Thanks to you guys. You guys helped out a lot, and I'm just short by a tad. So I had to come over here to say hi to Sage. I gotcha. So yeah, once this channel gets up in the numbers, then I'll just stream the minis on this channel here, and then all of the paranormal stuff just on Raw side. Also, and then I'm just going to do a short little plug. Sorry, guys, but I am all set and ready to do my first broadcast on Bikers Hangout Radio, and that is located in the UK, but we are streaming here also. We're going to trying to bring it over into the US. And my first official show is on the 14th of this month, and that'll be 11 o'clock UK time and 6 o'clock US time, and that's Eastern Standard Time. So you could go over there and listen to me, spin records and do a little chatter. So, and I also have it posted in Discord, so you guys go check out the link in Discord. And also, there is a Facebook page. So if you find it is listed under Raw Power with Purple Moon, that is the Facebook page. Please go and follow, and so you'll be up to date on what's going on. But I'm excited. And I'm hoping that I see I get the rest of the equipment and everything set up before my next recording, because it'll sound so much better. But hey, John, 11 months. Thank you. I don't have any buttons for this. Oh, wait, maybe. Oh, no, the buttons are on this side too. So I'm going to say thank you to John. I didn't think the buttons would work here, but they do. Yee-hoo! Thank you, John, so much for the support. I appreciate it. And who was it that gave me the flower? Was it? I think it was Susan. And Susan's not on here. So yee-hoo to Susan. Thank you for the flower. I appreciate it. And Leanne is back. Yes, we missed you terribly. I always miss Leanne. Leanne makes me laugh. Oh, no, there. See, it worked for Girly. Yay! Yee-hoo, man! How could you not be happy hearing that? Oh boy, so that's that's fun. Oh God. Okay, guys, we're at the 2 hour mark. It goes quick, doesn't it? Wow, it really does. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Be patient. It'll come together. I know this one had a lot more little trinkets that we put together before the building starts getting erected. So, but the next time we are on, you will see furniture because I'm going to do the rest of the flowers and stuff behind the scenes, and then we will move on to the furniture and then the construction of the building itself. So it's a step at a time. Be patient, and we will see it finally finished and enjoy it. Hopefully you will enjoy it. But until next time, guys, let's see. Morning brew in the morning. Come on, get your coffee on. Come and join the chat, which is actually my favorite. It really is. I love the morning brew. I love the whole brew crew. You guys rock. So come join me for that. And until then, I will see you guys out there. You guys have a great night.